Morning guys, Tuesday, and it hasn't stopped tipping it down since about 11 o'clock last night. It is now 11 o'clock the next morning. The ground is absolutely soaking. However, I have been out with the first Z1 cutting a couple of open spaces this morning, and although it's been raining constantly during the night, the machine it doesn't leave much of a footprint, so it's cut a couple areas this morning. They look great, just to tidy them up. One around the sports field, some edge areas, and another just a little park, just up and down, and just tidying it up. So I have been cutting a bit of grass in the rain. I haven't made a mess. I haven't left tyre tracks everywhere, and just a general mud bath. So I've still turned out a decent job. But as you saw out the front window there with the rain, I'm going to be pruning a few shrubs in a bit. I've been to this job before. It's an entrance to a cemetery, and these shrubs get cut 3 or 4 times a year, and this is probably going to be the last cut for them. So they've grown faster than usual this year. Usually 4 cuts a year. On areas like this you've always got them tidy, but they have been a bit more straggly this year because of the growth has been a bit wilder. So come back to today, I shall be putting my berghaus waterproofs on, which I swear by, which is these. I have 2 sets, so yes, I do replace them. I didn't have and hang the other one in the back of the van, but I swear by these, and bottoms and top berghaus. I think I got this from Go Outdoors. It's the AQ2, so it's not the Gore-Tex. The other one in the back is the Gore-Tex, but this AQ2 is just as good, and that will keep me dry for the rest of the afternoon. The other one, yes, you dry on the inside. As you can see from the t-shirt, I'm still bone dry after working out this morning, but the outside of the coat's wet and starts to hold water. So it's in the back of the van. This one will go on this afternoon, and that will get me through the day. So stay tuned guys, we'll get you some footage. So there's the Z1 looking like you could do with a big clean, and a bit of rain in the background, and straight away I get you guys saying, you're self-employed, you work for yourself, why are you still out in the rain today? Because I like what I do. Might sound a bit mad, but the HSA 94R, and we're going to do a little bit of pruning. Well, it's not getting any better, but done what I needed to. The ground needs loosening up afterwards, but pruned what I need to, and cleaned up. See the water, it's like a stream. So, and lots of leaves to come down over the next few weeks. So when we don't have the chipper on site, big fan of the dumpy bags. They're ideal for transporting waste. Got a couple of builders who give me the bags, so I don't tend to buy them, but if you are buying them, they're about £4 each, but I tend to get a lot for £3. So, job done. But the question is, how many of you have been on your way home then? How many working stuff like this? And I mean, today that job didn't need doing today. I didn't need to be here today. I could have very easily left it for another day, but like I say, I'm out. I like to keep busy, I like to keep doing. It wasn't a priority, but it was on my list. So I tend to work through all weathers. As you can see, t-shirt is bone dry, jacket in the back, so jacket is in the back of the van, so both of those coats will be dry again for in the morning, should the weather keep the same. But from what I've seen, this really heavy shower that we've had for the last 12 hours is supposed to have gone by tonight. So like I say, it's what we do in our job. It's a bit of everything, but the good news is the bad weather, the good weather sort of outweighs the bad weather, I would say. So we're sort of lucky in the sense that I think we get more good than bad. So plough through the bad days, knowing that there's good days ahead. Like I said, tomorrow's supposed to be decent. I've got an area, a cemetery extension area to tidy up tomorrow on a job that needs cutting down, and then seeing what's underneath it. So we'll get a bit of footage for that. But I've been in this trade now for over 25 years, and in the early days when you're a young apprentice and you're with some guys who are seasoned in the trade, and you turn up on days like this and they're like, right, out the van, let's get going. You do question it, and sort of now that I'm the seasoned person, you have apprentices and young lads, and you're telling them that they're going to get out the van and get a bit wet and work in all weathers and get cold and stuff. It does them good, because the hard stuff I had 25 years ago, where I was working in weather like this, and it was a bit of a shock to the system and everything, that's set me up now for when I'm working for myself. So hopefully these young lads will appreciate that this is the job. You get up, you go at it in any weathers that you can, but you will benefit down the line, sort of when they have their own businesses or whatever. They'll appreciate, and they'll think back that, oh yeah, we worked in all weathers then with Scott, but it's set me up now because I've got the motivation and the get up and go to do it myself. So that's the way you need to think about it. Not like, it's no good getting out the van thinking, oh, I'm going to get wet here, I'm going to get absolutely soaked, because then your mind's not in the work, and you're just praying that you weren't there. Whereas you get out the van, get some waterproof clothes on, go at the job, enjoy the job, and still leave a decent job behind. Yes, the ground's very wet, so we'll have to come back, and these beds will need obviously hoeing off and everything, but today was just a matter of getting the first lot of those shrubs on that cemetery drive cut down, bagged up and taken away. So usually jobs, if I didn't have the grass cutter and the trailer on, usually I would be towing the chipper, and all of that would be recycled straight back onto the beds. But like I said earlier, dumpy bags are a great thing to have. Dumpy bags and gorilla tubs. So a lot of the time we'll have a gorilla tub on site, and we'll fill the gorilla tub and then take it onto the trailer where the dumpy bag is, and tip it into there just to get rid of it. And then once back at the unit, we have the tipper van that gets loaded up with stuff that goes to the tip, and maybe once or twice a week through the season. Grass cuttings and stuff go on there, and one of the lads will run into the tip on a morning and get rid of everything. But like I say, with prunings and everything, we do try and recycle as much as we can, as long as it's not dead and diseased or dying. Everything tends to go through the chipper and back on the beds, and it cuts down on the costs of tipping. So hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. If you're not already doing so, if you can hit the subscribe button and give us a like, and we will see you on the next one.